What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Waterboy Podcast. Today is episode 381, and the NFL draft has officially wrapped. Probably the least exciting, definitely the least exciting NFL draft since we started this podcast. But
Kind of sucks because everybody was like touting it as like this is the draft. Everybody's trading. Nobody knows what's going on.
I think that's, we're going to have to look into it more, but we may need to track if trades become suggested. Oh, there's a ton of trades in this draft.
It's gonna
That's
be
the
bad.
NFL being like, we need to save something here.
Yeah.
Because my goodness, there's nothing
Yeah.
exciting. I would say the most exciting part of the draft was, well, we know what the most exciting part of the draft is. That the pick got leaked so early, and it was the only pick that was leaked egregiously early.
I just want to say
like 15 minutes before Jay Glazer's like breaking the Rams have drafted.
I just want to say because for reference for people, I'm studying for finals right now, so I'm on like D&D. I'm not on like Twitter or anything that much. I took a break while I was like watching the draft while I was studying, but because I'm trying to study, the only source I had for the draft was what was going live, so I didn't see any of the tweets. I saw nothing ahead of time. So
Yeah,
for me, it was
somebody
entertaining
leaked
because
that.
like
Jay Glazer leaked it probably
Yeah.
15 minutes before, and it was funny seeing the amount of other NFL insiders just act like they didn't see it, and just act like they're surprised when the pick happened.
yeah, I think Shefty or Rappaport was just like, yeah, don't be surprised if you see Ty Simpson here. Yeah, like you don't be surprised.
I mean, right before, all they were doing is showing pictures of Tyson, just videos of him, and it's right before they make the Rams pick. They do, I think, 2 picks before. They know that this Rams pick's about to be the moment, so they're milking the shit out of this, Everett, okay? They're about to cut to commercial before the Rams pick, and before they cut, it's just a close-up zoom in on Ty Simpson. It's like, I wonder what's about to happen. And then when they cut back from commercial, once again, just zoomed in on Ty Simpson, just like giddy as a little boy. Like literally, it looks like Tate Martell when he got the Ohio State offer. Okay, this kid is head over heels, doesn't even know how to react. And it's clear, yeah. Yeah, obviously they all know what's gonna happen. No surprises there.
I will just objectively state, not looking at Twitter during the draft made the whole thing a better experience. Like,
oh yeah, I
actually
would say,
learning
though,
of the picks, like when they happened, made me react in real time, being like, "Holy shit, what?"
I would say, yeah, it was Ty Simpson in post. The leakers were just getting egregious, and so yeah, it's slightly ruined the fun at the end. But I would say at the start of the draft, I wouldn't say shockwave, but was the Arizona Cardinals pick insta locked. And when I mean insta locked, also with the Rams, the second it said Rams pick is on, it said pick is in. So Rams and Cardinals, there was
Same with Mekhi Lemon when the Eagles traded up.
Yeah,
with
I would
the
say that
Cowboys.
one's like slightly different because it's a trade up where it's like Cardinals and Rams just had those picks and they insta selected.
There was no hesitation.
Seconds.
What guy should we take here, guys?
The
Liberation.
second Goodell says the pick, they haven't even finished shaking hands yet. Says pick is in.
Yeah, no, I like.
So
it is kind of crazy, like
Cardinals
talking about
love Jeremiah Love, and the Rams love Ty Simpson.
Doesn't seem like Sean McVay loves him. Yeah, I mean, like the Jeremiah Love and honestly the Carnell Tate to the Titans were two things that I was like pretty surprised by. And I mean, Jeremiah Love, there had been signals and people saying that the Cardinals might take him, and it's been a decent while on that. I just didn't think they would, and like, it doesn't make sense that they have James Conner and Tyler Algier and 50 holes on the roster and let's go get an RB. But I mean, to each their own, I guess. I
Well,
don't
I would
know.
just say James Conner and Tyler Algier. It's not the most enticing backfield, sure.
No, for
Um,
sure. But
but I mean, when you have 98 holes on the team, you got to go running back with the top five pick. When you have a
only way it makes
chance,
sense.
when you have
Yeah.
a chance to make a kid the highest paid running back in NFL history off draft selection, you have to do it. Like, we shouldn't be questioning them. We should be questioning us. Like, how did we not see this? Duh. So
O line, nah, don't worry about defense. Don't worry about it.
yeah, I would say this. Uh, I'm not going to talk too much crap on Justin Fry because he actually did a really good job his last year at Ohio State. But like an O line, as the former weak link of an O line myself, an elite running back can make an O line look good. That's the argument I'm seeing made around a ton of places, which, I agree. I agree with you. But when there's like no passing threat, keep in mind they drafted Carson Beck. People forget, okay? The Arizona Cardinals draft Carson Beck. We don't that passing offense. I mean, Marv. Oh God, dog. I don't even know what to do for you. I like, wow. Jacoby Brissett to Michael Wilson all year again. For the
Trey
pass
McBride.
game. Sorry, Trey McBusiness is a beast. Sorry, he is a
Yeah,
beast.
little disrespect there, just a little bit.
A lot of disrespect. I'll be honest. But like that just seems like power, incomplete punt. Like that's just
And also,
sounds
it's
like the
it's it's
Cardinals.
power for like 3 yards, and then maybe 0.1 yards,
Power,
or like a yard back.
You run power first and second half for like the first 6 drives. Seventh drive, if you even get to a seventh drive, power counter.
Gotta flip it a little bit. Get a little hesitation in there.
Yeah, I know
Little
Al
hezzy.
Shair. I know Al Shair is gonna be in a tizzy when that first counter hits him. He's never seen it in his life.
Yeah. I mean, like it's gonna objectively change the offensive line. The yard per carry is gonna go from 2 flat to 2.7 because of Love, and that's a lot.
Hey,
That's praise to Jeremiah Love.
That's like a 30% increase. So
that's praise to Jeremiah Love. It just shows you how bad the offensive line is because it's still sub 3 yards carry.
yeah. So and also defensively, did they do anything? The Arizona Cardinals. Have we even addressed that aspect of the team?
Let me just check. Let me just check, Grant. The answer is would you like to take a guess? Would you like to take a guess?
I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say they didn't.
No, nothing. I honestly don't think they did a single thing. Andrew Wingard, maybe they added this
Okay,
offseason.
so this is my thoughts. So next year, which I mean, I'm not even sure how sold I am on it, but I literally saw it within the past 48 hours. Some NFL guy being like, next year is the year of the quarterback. It's like, all right, we say this every year. I can't do this again. But the Cardinals, it kind of seems like they're getting everything in place for that quarterback. But also by not
the
drafting
offensive line.
By not drafting defense, Everett, they're confirming a 15-loss season at worst.
True. Yeah. I mean, like, I will just say, like, there are stages.
Jeremiah
the way
loves
teams,
legs. Holy shit. I mean, wow.
There are stages to teams and how they rebuild. Like,
we should probably be thankful Algiers there.
Teams will not
long-term sake.
Will not build up one side of the ball because it kind of ensures losses, and then they'll build it back up while they're building around, like,
I just feel like the current stage of football, like, we're seeing you need offense and defense.
Yeah,
like,
but you also, I'm more so saying, like,
can't just be
a team will intentionally not draft or really sign defensive guys because the next offseason is the offseason. So we'll go and get the quarterback, and then they just spend all of the money that they built up and saved on just that side of the ball. Like, that's just what they do.
Yeah, I think also
I
the
can see that for the Cardinals.
Help me out with the entire O-line here. I know they still got Paris as one of the tackles. Who's the other?
Yeah, they signed Isaac Seumalo. So they did add to the O-line.
That's actually pretty big. Damn.
And then they have one center. Okay. Hajalt for a hold.
What I'm getting at, though, is like they got one tackle in place Paris, and I don't think
They
he's going
have
to
the
be
left
that
side of the
expensive.
line is in place, Grant. The left side of the line is in place. Center, right guard, and right tackle, somebody's going to die.
Okay, we like I think though with them, they can pull a slight Bears thing, what they did last season. They can draft a tackle. Now it's gonna be tough getting 2 picks. But tackles, draft them, and then at this point, guards and centers, those are the guys
Sign
you
them.
pay. Those are the guys you
Yeah.
pay now. So
Yeah.
I think the Cardinals they can fix that O line next year when they get a quarterback, but I don't know if
I
they're
mean,
going to have another
out of
force to
out of
go
those
get
three
a
positions
quarterback
too,
and then a tackle too.
out
I
of
don't know.
center, right guard, and right tackle, like right tackle is the best of those three players, Elijah Wilkinson. So, like, not like he's an amazing player, by standard means, like he's average, maybe a little below average, but like he is more serviceable than a rookie might be. So, focus on the interior and draft a quarterback in the first round. But
Yeah,
yeah,
but
Cardinals
that was the
Cardinals draft
first.
is interesting.
Yeah, that was the
Yeah,
first one where it was like, oh wow, okay, we might be in for something. Now, okay, Carnell Tate to the Titans. I think like a lot of this is like kind of rooted in that like everyone was saying Love to the Titans, and so like after Love went the pick before, it was like, all right, shit. Now it's like whoever is about to get picked by the Titans, like no one really had mocked. But I think when you're considering their situation, just wide receiver in general there makes
makes
sense.
sense.
Uh,
Although, like,
for
I had said at pick four, obviously, yeah, like it's a little bit different, like how you're paying and pay scale, but like I had thought it made sense for them to go with a linebacker or a defensive guy, given Robert Sala and the issues that the linebacker core and secondary have. But
what I'm
so
thinking
I was
is
surprised.
maybe
But
Robert Sala's like, hey, I will make something out of nothing on defense. Offensively, though, I gotta have good guys or else we're screwed.
I mean,
Maybe
that's
he's thinking that. Like I can make
compared to the Jets. I think that makes
yeah,
sense
I
because
think
he
Salah's
learned from the
thinking I can
Jets.
make
Like,
I can make shit out of nothing on defense. Like you can give me
yeah,
below average players and I'll turn them into above average. But like offensively, it's like, all right, if I give my OC a shitty situation, I mean it's gonna be bad.
the
So
other thing I was kind of surprised by, like that, and then I think the next thing that kind of surprised me, there's a whole lot of O lineman thing. I didn't expect Kendrick Proctor to go at 12. Like that
yeah,
was
Caden
not
went early.
Caden. I did not expect that. But like the Chiefs trade, I thought they were coming up to go and get Caleb.
I
No,
thought, okay, here, well, right before Chiefs, Arvell to the Giants, I thought that one was just like, all right, they're just gonna take him. Like no real
BPA.
yeah, no real analyst
Yeah,
analysis there. Done. Everett, when the Chiefs traded up to 6, my whole life, my child's life, my ancestors, my great great grandchildren's life flashed before my eyes. I was like, oh my God, they're about to take Jordan Tyson. I was like, oh my God, the Chiefs. Oh no, 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 no. And then I see Mansour Delane, and I was like, oh my God, all the Chiefs fans that have been bitching about their GM for the past 4 years, they are so unbelievably correct. Wow. I mean, just wow. All those Chiefs fans who are like, we are like literally blessed by Andy Reid, Spags, Mahomes, Kelsey, Chris Jones, that the GM being like the worst GM in the NFL is completely overlooked here. But yeah, they trade up for Delane, who they likely could have gotten at 9.
they probably would have gotten at 9.
And,
I
and
don't.
yeah,
I really don't know why they wouldn't have.
yeah, like I'm the next corner taken was Dolphins at 27.
Yeah, I mean, like maybe the Dolphins jump you to get Delane because they're at 12 and you're at 9, and like it's possible.
Sure.
Corner's a big problem, but like I don't think that it's, and also at that point, like, cool, they jump you. That probably means that Jordan Tyson is still on the
Well,
board at that
exactly.
point,
Like that was one thing I thought where
or Caleb Downs
in
is still
terms
on
of
the
the
board.
like in terms of those top 10 picks, like you're kind of hoping a Fana or a Delane goes because that means Tyson drops or Downs
Fano was going to
drops.
go to the Browns, I think, either way. I don't think
Yeah,
they would
that
have
one I
changed that
feel like
pick.
that shit was locked in, but they did it correct. They traded back on draft
Right.
day,
Yes.
maximized capital. I can't believe
Andrew
we're
Barry
saying
is
this, but tip the cap to the Cleveland Browns, Everett.
yeah, Andrew Barry's done a good job the last 2 years in the draft. Like I will tip my
Just
cap to him on that.
maximizing value, really. Like
Yeah,
I feel
maybe
like, hey, they love a guy in the first round. They're like a couple picks ahead, so they're gonna trade back 3 picks and then get some extra picks on top of
yeah.
that, and then still get who they want. Uh,
I I was surprised though the Commanders going Sonny Styles at 7 over Caleb Downs. I was kind of surprised by that. I know Bobby is older, but like secondary was such a glaring need for them. They didn't really fill that. Saints, Jordan Tyson. I mean, we knew that made sense. And then honestly, Caleb Downs and Cowboys. That's just a BPA pick. But the fact he
I
went
just that
12
was
in the
so
Cowboys is
Cowboys
crazy.
though. Like
It's
that
crazy.
was so
They literally
Cowboys.
just had the
I
same
knew that
Micah
was happening.
Parsons thing.
I
They
know.
just had the
Like they
Micah
just
Parsons thing happen again.
so Everett on that same note, 2030 when Caleb Downs requests out, like where is he going? Let's already do this now. Where's Caleb
Where
Downs'
is he going to
long
go?
time home in the NFL? Because it's not Dallas. Call your shot right now, Everett.
LA Rams.
Rams. Okay. Okay. Now I could see him. I could see him liking a big market. I
I
just think
could
Caleb Downs
also
is like one of
just a wild card,
the best
just to lobby
possible
it in.
guys you could have on your team. Just not problematic, great player, but like not problematic. You will never have any off the field issue with him ever.
I'm just also going to lobby this one in. I think Dolphins slash Titans also possible candidates. Not that he elects to go there, but the team trades him.
You
But the team
actually
trades
okay.
him to.
I can see Titans being okay if Caleb Downs is there. Tennessee, I feel like you can still shine on Tennessee in spots.
Yeah,
Now,
I would agree.
team success.
Also depends on the coach. Like different
Uh,
eras of the team. Like Vrabel's Titans are much different than whatever the last coach's Callahan.
yeah.
What was
Now,
it? Like I don't remember.
yeah. Now, I'm gonna throw in a sneaky wild card here,
Okay.
long time because I feel like, well, this isn't really a wild card, but I think former Dallas Cowboys players, when leaving, they really want to stick it to Jerry Jones. And so because of that, I think Caleb
Don't
Downs
say
is
Philly.
staying in the division. Okay.
I'll say Philly.
I want to say Philly, but I feel like Howie's not gonna be paying a safety. Even if it's Caleb Downs, I just feel like Howie's not gonna be doing that. And so I think he's gonna make things right and he's gonna be a G-man.
I would say, yeah, out of those four
He's
teams
gonna
or
make
three
things right.
teams, yeah, I can see that.
But I'll be
Yeah,
honest, selfishly Ohio State fan, I love seeing my three dogs all go to the NFC Beast. Arvel to the Giants, Sonny to the Commanders, and Caleb
I just
to
also
the
like
Cowboys.
I will just also add like I know this is unrelated to Caleb. I know that we had a run on offensive linemen with Fano and Mauga and Proctor, but like the Dolphins going Proctor at 12 is crazy to me. Like, and then I know that we then had Freeling and Blake Miller and another run kind of in that middle round. So Proctor probably would have been gone.
Yeah, my
before
thing with
the Dolphins'
Proctor,
next pick. But I fully would have thought that at that point they would go with a BB, like they would take the issues that Ruben Bain has, or they would take the problems or take Vega INA, or go and take Blake or Kenyon Sadiq, or go and take Makai Lemon, who is available at they need a wide receiver. Like,
yeah, I mean, I
I'm
was like
surprised they
pretty
went
stunned
Proctor
Makai
there.
fell that much. We'll also get into in a second, but we got to go over one person, their draft reaction. Holy shit! I mean, wow, Everett, one guy, how he reacted to being drafted. Okay, that's a lock. But Caden Proctor, real quick, I was saying before the draft, like, I think at the end of the day, he has the highest potential ceiling of any tackle in this class, and I was weighing that in my mind with. I think in certain situations, like shit could go really bad for Caden Proctor. I think there's like certain landing spots for him where it might just not turn out well. I feel like in 99% of cases, I would lump Miami in there. Like, I don't know how it's going to turn out for him. I don't know why Everett, but I think this is going to work out so
Because of
well.
Laramie Tunsil.
Like that might be what's in my mind. That might be what's in my mind.
It is for
That was
sure
another
what's in your mind.
controversial tackle destined to fail based on pre-draft things, even though based on Pat McAfee's, we should have seen that clip and be like, up the boards, his lungs are great. But yeah, Caden, I think it's gonna be fine in Miami and shit. Like the issue with him is the weight. Like
Yeah.
he's a big boy.
It's big boy,
Uh
352, Grant. 352.
and the thing with him is like he's extremely athletic build. Like he can just cut weight like suddenly, like it's nothing, and then also regain it back on just as quickly. So he fluctuates fast. But some
He's going to be
trainers
sweating
might
a
love
lot in
that.
Miami. He's going to
Well,
be sweating a
that's
lot
what
of
I'm
those pounds
thinking.
out down
Okay,
there.
they might need to put him on the visitor's sideline in the sun.
Like,
Okay,
look,
you
also
need to lose a couple extra.
from the
games.
Dolphins' perspective, like I get it. They just signed Malik Willis to that contract. They're not expecting to win like massively this year. But also, like I've seen other people be like, yeah,
He's
they're
a
planning to,
cornerstone spot too. Like
yeah,
this, you're planning on him being there for another
you're
9 years.
building either for the future, you're building for Malik Willis, and I know they signed him to like a 3-year deal, so I don't know if they draft a quarterback next
And
year.
I'm
after
gonna
that, unless
guess
this is a
there's
disaster, but
backouts quick for Miami.
probably I would
I'm
assume.
just gonna
But
guess.
yeah, I mean, like speaking of quarterbacks, though, Rams time Simpson, like at 13 is crazy when you probably don't have another team that would draft a quarterback until 20s. I don't think the Jets would take anybody at 16. And Ty Simpson, like next year, everybody talks about that being the quarterback draft. Like if you have 13, why would you not trade way back in the round and get a first for next year? Like that's a valuable pick for so many
I think
teams.
the Rams are just thinking like we have a 13th pick this year. If we try to flip this for a first next year, there's no guarantees where that's going to land.
No, there's not a guarantee, but like let's say as of right now, and I know we said the same thing
clearly
last
Les
year.
Snead loved Ty Simpson.
I know we said the same thing last year about how this year was going to have so many quarterbacks, and we didn't. Now we're saying about next year.
Wait, my wheels just started. Keep going, but I just remembered a connection with Les Snead. Keep going though.
Oh, well, I know where you're about to go with that.
Just keep going.
But I was just like, if you're going to get Ty Simpson, you could draft him later and pick up picks at a bare minimum, even if it's not a first next year. Like, why not do that? And two, if you do that, you're going to get a quarterback probably at either point. One of these teams that's middle here. Like you have a Cowboys, you have a Browns, you have a Dolphins, like you have a Jets that traded up too. Like, it's very possible a Titans, I guess that was Buffalo, but it's possible that, one of these teams might not be a playoff team and you might still have a team's pick out of them by doing that trade.
I'm seeing one connection here that I'm just remembering. So Les Snead. First, it just seems there's a fraction between Les Snead and Sean McVay over the Ty Simpson pick. Based on Sean McVay's reaction, he
was like, "Hey, we did a secret training 1-on-1, and like I did get to talk to him. He just said he didn't think he could say it, so he didn't say it." Sure, Sean. Sure, I believe you.
So where my wheels are going right now, Les Snead. He's kind of known for Mr. FM picks, like just trade all the picks. Give me Jalen Ramsey, give me Brandon Cooks, trade all these picks, give me the players. That's kind of been his mantra. And with that in mind, like the Rams were on a streak of just not drafting in the first round. They absolutely smash day 2, day 3 picks, but they were on a good streak of no first round picks. Les Snead, he objectively is doing a very good job. Like he is
in
drafting
totality, yes,
really well later in rounds. Nobody was questioning him as a GM until the Ty Simpson pick. But this is where I'm drawing the connections here. Les Snead, Everett. Do you know what college Les Snead went to? There's like no way you're gonna know.
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say UT Martin.
Oh wow, okay. That I love the ambition there. Going outside the box. But Les Snead went to the University of Auburn.
South.
But
okay,
if there was a GM who would have an unnecessarily high attention to Alabama players that isn't affiliated with Alabama, it would be an Auburn guy.
Okay.
And so I'm just looking up right now, Ty Simpson against Auburn, the one career start he ever had against Auburn. I was expecting this to be like fireworks, like, wow, he really wasn't even that great. he went
So
he
Sid
went
stats.
19 for 35, 122 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. At first glance, I was like, was this the game that Alabama had to come back in? I was like, no, that was 2 Iron Bowls ago when Jalen Milroe came
Yep.
back. But no, not that one. So Alabama, they had a comfortable lead. They were up 17-0 at one point in the game. So I was trying to give Les Snead some benefit of the doubt here, like thinking Ty Simpson might have led like an amazing comeback in Jordan Hare. Jordan, you're welcome. Like thinking, there might be some type of I don't know, bias towards watching that
Mm-hmm.
game in person. But no, he wasn't even necessarily like impressive in that.
So
So there's an Auburn Alabama connection here, Everett, but I can't connect the last dot. I
now I got the dot for you. I have a dot for you. It's not necessarily Auburn, but Grant, there's a reason I
might
guess
not be V dot, but it's a dot.
this is a pretty big dot.
Okay.
The reason I guessed UT Martin, Grant.
UT Chattanooga.
No, the reason I
that's
guess
also
UT
Les
Martin.
Snead.
It is because Les Snead happens to be very close friends with the coach at UT Martin. That coach's name,
Who's that?
Grant?
Who's that coach?
Jason Simpson.
I'm not drawing the connection immediately.
Jason Simpson, Grant, that Les Snead is very close friends with, happens to be Ty Simpson's father.
Shut up.
And apparently, in advising the draft process, Les Snead advised the family.
Les Snead represented by CAA.
I don't know, but apparently Les Snead advised the Simpson family that Ty should enter the draft, and essentially was like, "Yeah, it's guaranteed. We will pick him at 13." It sounds like he was like, "We're gonna."
Wait, can you do it in the accent again? Can you say that one?
I don't even know what I did.
You just slipped into Southern. We're gonna pick him at 13. I was
we're gonna pick him at 13. We're gonna pick him at 13.
Yeah. Hey, Les Snead promised Ty Simpson's family, you're gonna be a
but I'm not even saying that jokingly. Like this is from Albert Breer, actual report. Rams GM Les Snead and UT Martin coach Jason Simpson have a very strong relationship to the point where Snead helped advise the family where Jason's son, Ty, was making a decision on whether or not to declare for the draft.
Okay, I'm trying to find the connection here.
I think him and Jason and Ty Simpson's dad went to college together.
I'm not seeing that. Like based on their histories, like no coaching overlap. They were never coaching together.
I think that they literally were students together at Auburn.
It says Jason Simpson went to Mississippi State.
Well, maybe not. I don't know. I don't know exactly. I mean, then, but they are close friends. Apparently,
I believe you that they're close friends. I'm not.
It's an official report, so.
But I was just. It just would have been hilarious if it's like, yeah, they literally worked together in their first football job. Like that would have been like, oh shit. All right. But okay. That's a better dot to connect there. Okay, Les Snead had his reasons, and I think I see why he went behind. But I also just want to point out, like, Les Snead does not take first round guys. So for Les Snead to take him, like he really likes Ty Simpson. Maybe he's been influenced into liking him a lot based on some things we found out. But I'm just gonna point that out. He usually doesn't take first round picks. The last one, Jared Verse, ended up pretty good.
Yeah. Now,
and also, hey, the greatest possible spot to be in for Ty. Now, it would have been better if McVay likes him as a human. Now, that would have been more ideal. But put that aside.
Can work on that.
You're behind the guy who literally just won MVP, a Super Bowl champ. You have the best offensive mind in football. It's him or Andy
You're not going
Reid.
to play. You have a lot of time.
Exactly, which is now a positive in this league. So, hey, Ty Simpson's the biggest winner of that whole situation by far.
Yeah, I think that does signal to us where Matt Stafford might be sitting, but not a great sign though when Sean McVay's like,
maybe
yeah, he's
told Snead one more, which I don't think
it's also just not a great sign when Sean McVay's like, yeah, he's gonna have to battle with Stetson for that QB2 spot.
You know, and you know what, and that's the right comment to make for Stetson. because it would have been
It
really messed
is.
up to Stetson if you were just like Stetson's third
I don't know
string.
when he would have found out with the flip phone, but we'll get there.
Eh,
But Grant, just generally, I want to recap full total
well, found
drafts,
out through
like
facts, Everett. But yeah,
the newspaper the next day. Really pissed off about that newspaper. But Grant, Ruben Bain going to the Bucks. Absolutely love that value 15. Same with
yeah.
Makai Lemon at
So
20. Like
yeah, Ruben Bain,
absolutely ridiculous that one, the Cowboys kind of
yeah,
rused the Steelers because the Steelers thought that they would have Makai Lemon there, but also they did that to the Steelers and they traded with a team that's in the fucking
yeah,
division.
yeah.
Grant.
Okay, first I want to get to Ruben Bain, but first I just want to say, can can you think of another example of a player who is on the phone with the team and then another team trades up? Like, can you?
No,
I can't think of
no.
another example. Like when I found out that happened, I was like,
And also,
all
like the
right,
draft
I
moves
don't know
so
what's going through
smoothly
Makai's
that
head
like
out at that point.
the
He's like,
draft moves
what
so
the?
smoothly that like it doesn't happen because the picks are
Yeah,
known from these teams for a couple minutes beforehand.
no, exactly. And so, yeah, yeah, that's it. Now, I wasn't exactly tracking live, but I wonder if there's any chance that like that Panthers pick got leaked. The Eagles made that trade like late in the pick. Like it was like 2 minutes
Three
left on the
minutes left, and
clock.
they instantly
Instant
locked
select,
it
but
in.
like it was pretty late, and so
3 minutes left. Yeah,
I wonder if like at that time it would have been the Cowboys if they were telling teams we're drafting someone.
they did because the Steelers thought that the
Well,
Cowboys
yeah,
were saying that they would have Makai Lemon there, and
yeah.
I bet
I'm
you
just confused how that whole
I'm also
process
confused because like I would
worked out.
assume that if the Cowboys wanted Malachi Lawrence, they probably would have taken Akeem Mesidor before Lawrence. So trading back, they probably either didn't know what the Chargers were doing or they liked Lawrence more than Mesidor, which I
Yeah, I'll
don't
be honest.
exactly
I just
get.
hate
But
any like I feel like it happens every year. I feel like Chargers, we pick 22, 23 every single year, and somebody trades up to 21 or 20 every single draft, and my heart just drops into a new abyss every single time. But yeah, the Lemon trade up, I feel like that one instantly. We're all like, we all know what Howie's
mm-hmm.
doing. We all know like he kind of just got blessed right there. I don't exactly know who would have gone receiver. Just like a lot of people had Rams Lemon, and maybe because that was so public that 14 through
Saints
19 weren't
like
even looking at Lemon. So I don't know.
probably not, but like I would assume like yeah, like top 9 to 13, but like even then, like I would have thought that the Jets would have taken him at 16 if it fell, or like even possibly the Lions or the Vikings or the Panthers. Really, any of those teams might be an option. But
Yeah, I thought Lions would have been a crowded room with Makai. But Vikings, they could have made it work. But I'll be honest, like I saw people are saying like reach on Caleb Banks. I love the guy. I absolutely
I
love
thought
the
it was
guy.
a little well.
I
Okay,
love the
now
guy,
knowing
so
knowing at the time, I thought it was a reach because I was like, we definitely could have traded down to like 20 or 21, and like
yeah,
now
sure.
knowing what it seemed like, it wasn't exactly reach. It sucks because of injury stuff, and like he's got a really high ceiling, but the floor could be really low, which sucks. But like that ceiling is like Chris Jones, and that's awesome.
I think
The
at D
biggest,
tackle, you got to go off ceiling. Like you got to
yeah,
go find a game
the
wrecker inside that ruins plays by himself,
the
and
biggest issue
that's
that
him.
I had with the Vikings draft is they took a safety. They didn't take a safety until like the fifth round, and Harrison
Who
Smith,
did they
as of this
take?
moment, has not. It's the Miami safety that
Oh, okay.
knocked fucking Fernando's helmet back and gave him the bloody lip. That's the
I
guy.
think you might like him.
But like the thing is, like they had two different times where they had um Emmanuel McNeil Warren available, and they had a Kilgore available who fell, but like they had multiple opportunities, and it was just like it seemed like the best player available that was there was the safety, and they went with another option. Now, Gold Day is great, but like, and I get it. I get what they were doing, but the biggest qualm I have with the Vikings at all is really that they traded Grenard for 2/3. They traded Grenard and a seventh for 2/3. And like I get that you have to
Yeah,
sell off. I get you have to sell off a contract, But when you're asking for a second round pick and you know how valuable he is, and Max Crosby just went for 2 firsts, and you have Dexter Lawrence going for 10th overall, and you know the performance that Grenard could give up,
Yeah.
like, come on, you fucking know how he's
Yeah.
underselling you. Like, I get you're moving off the contract and it opens up a lot of cap space to do things. You might just have to do it. But like that's just, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it.
And going back a little bit, but I want to bring this up. Ruben Bain, when he got drafted Everett and he is walking through that room, I'm not here for no mirror camera shit. He just picks up the hat. I'm off, shaking hands, and he like I think in his post draft interview thing, they're like, you know, how are you gonna translate to the NFL or something? He's like, I'm gonna kill the NFL. Like he didn't say that, but it was something where he's just like, I don't translate, I am the NFL. It was just like so unbelievably confident of an answer. Yeah, he's gonna be horrifying, and I feel like him
next to
Tampa, just like a Tampa D end, you have free reign to be like a psychopath axe murderer. Like you have full free reign to like clothesline quarterbacks when you sack them. Every celebration in the book. I feel like Tampa, that it gives off violence. That team, it gives off violent vibes. Dolphins, on the other hand, it's like finesse, soft. Mike McDaniel, you got a motion to score. I feel like Tampa, we're getting a little bit back to that
gritty,
hardcore Tampa defense with Gruden.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean that dude's a lock to be just an axe murder.
Let's just finish up. Let's finish up here, Grant. Just going
I want
through.
to say real quick, I love the Mesidor pick for the Chargers.
I do too. I
love it. I feel like it's kind of just going to be Thule right over again. He's going to be rotating in and out with Khalil and Thule. Yeah, no, I love it. And it's like Khalil Mack, one of these years, it might be at the end of this year, might be at the end of 2 years, he's going to be done. And then Mesidor, he'll be like 27 when Mesidor is 25. He's older than both of us. So like Mesidor is going to be good to go, athletic prime when Mack is on his way out. So
I will. So for the Chargers, I love the first 2 rounds. I love Akeem Mesidor, Jake Slaughter, end of second round. Like I know people were like maybe third round, like fourth round's ready to go.
This team needed that.
You need center. He's playing guard apparently for you guys. He's Bozeman center, but like you needed
Bozeman. It's
Be-a-dish.
Bozeman. I think Bozeman's off to the CFL.
Yeah, but guard was a position that
Bozeman
they
might be
needed to fill.
Pavia's center for the Argonauts.
He's on the Ravens right now. Don't forget about that.
A 3-year deal.
It's a BS. It's a BS. They're just agents are making it seem.
It was for the love.
I love the Jake Slaughter pick. I am not a huge fan of Brendan Thompson in the 4th round. I thought there's better wide receivers available. Better positions, more important positions available.
We could just put this out there. The Chargers will never hit on a wide receiver pick. So just whoever the Chargers draft at wide receiver, he's not
Keenan Allen, Mike Williams.
These are rare, but those are talent. Like duh, like whereas like a Quentin Johnston, it's like Joshua Palmer, Darius Davis.
Josh Palmer got a second contract?
Sure. 3 years, 12 mil to Buffalo, and I don't think he's on the team anymore.
I think he's like 15 mil, and he's still on the team. 15 mil per year, but
Buffalo. It's just those are just mid guys we're listening.
But like I like
Thompson's max 600 yards, 2 touchdowns.
I like the Genesis Smith pick, and just like the rest of these guys, like Burke, Barrett, Taylor Harkey. I think the boards just fall so weirdly in the middle round and late rounds of this draft. Like, I, 1, don't really know anything about these guys. And 2, I think everybody just has their own board for player value. So looking at what ESPN ranks a player is just not going to be accurate. But I love Akeem Mesidor, Jake Slaughter, Genesis Smith, all excellent picks.
I'm just saying quick gander of the 4th round, just taking a look at everything. My favorite pick of this round, I think Well, actually, first, I love Danny Denise Sutton to the Packers. That could be that could be something one day. Danny Denise Sutton, I'm a very big fan of. Uh, Also, though, Ravens Elijah Surratt. Yeah, I mean, like that. Now that shit, we could have had Elijah Surratt Everett. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's what I'm talking about right there. Okay, there's a guy who is talented when you watch him play football. He's good, and then we have Brendan Thompson, where I'm not gonna lie to you, he's 5'9", 164. Oh my! We literally drafted a punt returner in the fourth round. That's what we signed. All right.
I will say though, talking about like performance stuff, like the one thing I think the Jets, I think the Jets had an extremely good draft, Browns did too, but I think the
Yeah, Brick
Jets
did good.
the Jets are one of those teams that like obviously a lot of this name recognition, like most people know everybody up until the sixth round pick of Inez Cooper and VJ Payne in the seventh, but like all these guys performed in college. They all have performance in college. David Bailey did, Kenyon Sadiq did, Omar Cooper, D'Angelo Pons. Dale Jackson's a little bit of a asterisk because he's been bad and good, and so is Cade Klubnik. But those are all guys who did perform at a high level and have at least a quality season of performance to provide.
Yeah, Jets, like I like the overall players they have. Like good talent there. I just don't love uh Coop and Sadiq for your first two picks. Like that it just seems like conflicting production there, which I didn't necessarily love. And yeah,
Just
I
like
feel like they could
Cooper,
just
they could have gotten
stunt each other.
Denzel. They could have gotten Denzel there, and like I know. I think it's very similar to what we were talking about with the Cardinals, though, where it's like you're building next year's that quarterback draft, and we're trying to get everything for that team to have that quarterback in place because like the Jets defense has been something that they've been able to rebuild pretty consistently. The Jets offense has always been the biggest problem of the team, and it's been the
They've never had a
issue.
franchise quarterback.
Yeah. So like I think they're trying to put that offense in a position to allow that player the most likelihood to succeed because in the past they haven't had an O-line or they haven't had running backs or they haven't had these weapons to be able to support the quarterback and make plays. And now they're trying to put that in place where, now it's not all the pressure is not going to be on Garrett to get, the one-on-ones. You're going to have Omar Cooper taking a little bit off the inside coming up, and then you're going to have Sadiq who's going to be that wild card option. And now you're going to have defense play against all three of these things, not to mention Breece Hall. And hopefully that opens more options up for the quarterback, where in the past you just throw the quarterback in there like, hey, you have one wide receiver, go have fun.
Yeah, I mean the other thing I'm thinking of is the sorry, I just absolutely lost my train of thought.
Talking about the Jets, talking about building for quarterback.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Jets. I feel like they are just like a quarterback away, and they're setting that up. And I'm thinking like Jets are they really a quarterback and an offensive coach away from doing a Bears and going 500? At least I'm not saying make the playoff, but like are
they're
like,
deep? Their head coach is a defensive guy, though. By the way,
well, we're assuming Aaron Glenn's not here for the long term.
Oh, you're talking about the Jets. I don't know why I was thinking about the Dolphins, but yes,
no,
the Jets.
Yeah,
Jets,
like do we think that they're just a quarterback and an offensive coach away? Like I don't know if the defense is exactly in place yet.
No, but that's why I was saying the defense is always for the Jets as a franchise. Like franchises always are weird, and they always have one thing they're uniquely good at doing, no matter who the head coach is. And the Jets is uniquely good at building a defense. Horrific about the opposites, but they're uniquely good about that. They're uniquely good about building defense. Vikings very uniquely good at picking wide receivers.
Yeah, every team
always been good about picking wide receivers. Horrific. We are horrific when it comes to quarterbacks. We have never drafted a capable franchise quarterback besides Fran Tarkenton. I don't even know if he was technically picked by the Vikings, but it's just I think that offense is going to be the biggest question, and that's what they're trying to figure out because I think they can figure out the defense. But Grant, I'll leave us with this note. The Dolphins picked 13 players in the draft. 13 players in the draft, Grant. That is so many people.
That's almost double the draft picks that you start the draft with, no trades.
And for the roster size, like, I don't know if either that's saying that the Dolphins roster is horrific and all these players are likely to make it, or if you just burn draft picks.
I would say it's most likely they just burn some.
Like, I will also add, like, I like the picks, Caden Proctor, I get it. Jacob Rodriguez, I like. Chris Johnson, I'm not super familiar with, so I'm not going to say a whole lot, but I do think at that point I was just like, you have Denzel Boston and Omar Cooper there. You should have gone wide receiver, but it is what it is. I know they needed secondary anyways, so I mean, I get it.
They have just so many holes that it's
You're
just
just
like
filling.
we're like honestly, just throw darts at the board and we're just hoping as many hit as we can. Like we're not even really looking at position. We're just trying to get guys who are NFL starters in the future.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so like with that in mind, I'm kind of down for that cast a wide net strategy. Let's just take as many as possible. We know not all of them are going to make it, but of the ones that do, hopefully that they're on this team for another 5 years. And more so, we would want to keep them on this team for another 4 years. Like more so.
Hopefully the development can be better. I guess you're just kind of just see what you can get out of people. Last thing, Grant, the Eagles only drafted one Georgia player this year. So finger snaps to them for that. They're potentially breaking their addiction, Grant.
Is there a trend on players from a college that they took maybe?
No, this year they have everybody is from a different college or country, by the way. They potentially took
that is another thing.
Potentially took the next Myles Garrett, but we'll see. He's never played football before.
Yeah. We don't even know what he is the next of. He very much could be like the next, I don't know, Brock Lesnar. And I mean that in an NFL sense, that he's 4 career tackles.
Could be both. You never know.
Hey, but I think though it's just them, like they draft kind of like high profile, well known, like very well known college players. Lemon, Stowers, Bell, Cole Payton. That's a wrench in the mix. But Micah Morris down there, they're kind of still doing what they do, drafting like well-known, highly watched, highly televised players on big stages. But it's just Mekhi Lemons, like, wow, we really just like let that happen.
Okay, Grant, we're gonna wrap up with this. We're wrapping up the episode with this, unrelated to the NFL draft. It is currently Puck playoffs, Grant. It is NHL playoffs. I doubt that you saw this because you're not super tapped in Puckhead.
Yeah, self-admitted, not a puckhead.
But Grant, the Ottawa Senators have made it to the playoffs, and they had a fan drop like a mixtape diss track. It was to Eminem.
Oh yes,
you've seen it. It was to Eminem, and the best part of all of this is obviously every time people make a track now for their team in the playoffs, everybody's just like, please delete it. You just cursed us. We're going to fucking lose now. And every time the team does lose, the Senators did the funniest thing possible. They lost like the first 2 games. Then they sent the dude who made the video, they paid for a trip for him to go to Asia. Taiwan. They paid for him to go to Taiwan. And they recorded a video being like, guys, I'm so sorry. As penance, the Senators have sent me to the furthest place away possible from the stadium for the game. I am so sorry.
I'm in the literal exact opposite point on the globe.
It is like completely the furthest point away. And just like, I think that is the best and funniest thing a team could possibly ever do, is great marketing, but also just like, by the way, fan banished, gone.
Yeah, okay. First, I want to shout out the Senators for doing all this, setting all this up. I want to shout out them. Second, I want to shout out this fan. Okay, this fan took it on the chin. He's like, I will be the face, I will be the punching bag for my team.
It wasn't a double down
for my team.
It wasn't a double down like, you guys suck, stop making fun of me. Like, it's just a video, just sucks. No, I caused this. It's my bad.
Hand up. I unlike FSU Knoll, I will do my punishment.
It
Okay,
wasn't even a
so
punishment. He just took it. He was just like,
yeah, no, yeah,
I
it
admit it.
wasn't a
It is my
conditional
fault.
thing he set up like FSU Knoll. That's still
No,
wow, man. I can't believe
it's just
FSU Knoll
also
did
better
that.
that the Senators also were like, yeah, we personally took it upon ourselves to get this guy to agree to this and send him across the world. Um, but yeah, Grant, I think with that, we're going to wrap up here. Thank you guys so much for watching, listening, raise 5 stars. You can find us on Spotify, TCW, Twitter, and on Instagram at Waterway Pod. You can follow me on Twitter at Everett Stakes and at Waterway Grant. We post episodes every week on YouTube, all podcast platforms. We also post exclusive content on Instagram and on TikTok as well. So make sure to check us out there. So don't miss anything else with that. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Waterboys out.